What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Taurean Reloaded channel. If you are new to the channel, make sure y'all go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that bell twice to be notified whenever I go live or upload a new video. Shout out to all of my patrons over there on Patreon. Y'all actually got a video today that actually kind of coincides with the Halloween theme. Yes, because we are recording this video today on October 31st. By the time y'all will see it, it'll be a couple days from now. Also, shout out to all of my members on the channel, and also just shout out to all of my supporters on the various platforms, whether it's Instagram, Twitter, the app, well, the X, the app formerly known as Twitter, and Discord. Shout out to everybody in there as well. But as you can see, we have yet a familiar face back with us yet again. Kid Gravity, how are you? KG, can you hear me?
Yes. I says, I am more familiar on this platform than what we talking about.
But I will leave the link. I will leave the link to Kid Gravity's channel down in the description, or probably pin it to the top of the chat. Anyone who subscribed to me should be, by default, in my opinion, should be subscribed to him as well. But we are here to talk about a familiar individual that myself and Kid Gravity and many others in the new black media have talked about several times over. I know that I talked about him a couple months back when he was going on his little Mayo rant about Juneteenth, and I think I talked about him again since then, but I forgot what it was about. Kid Gravity, I know you've spoken about him as well.
To the dirtying of my channel, I had to.
I know that side of nauseous. It's very nauseating and exhausting when we have to talk about Charlie Kirk. But we decided to come together today because Charlie Kirk posted something very interesting on his X account that I and myself, it caught the attention of Kid Gravity, and you tagged me in it, and I was like, oh God, here we go again with this nonsense. It's at this point where it's become laughable, to the point where you can't even really take a lot of the stuff that he says seriously. I mean, you should, but it's like, okay, like, dude, like you were really grasping for straws here, even to the point where other PC individuals are like calling you a clown.
Mm-hmm. And we know he got the clown face. I swear, I think he's the Joker without the face paint. This he's Jack Napier.
Oh, by the way, Kid Gravity, I didn't tell you, but wait till you see the thumbnail. I made the thumbnail last night for this video. Of course, by now everyone has seen it, but wait till you see the thumbnail for this. Y'all are going to be cracking up. I said it's only one way I could have made this. It's no other way. Usually I have different ideas floating in my head how I can make the thumbnail. Maybe I'll have to go back and change some things, but nope. When I saw this, I said, yep, this is the perfect thumbnail for him. The perfect one. Only he, in my opinion, could fit this mold.
Yes,
but
sir.
With that being said, I'm going to go ahead now and share my screen, and I'm going to show y'all, or put up, the post that Charlie Kirk made. Let me zoom in a little bit, and we can go line by line with this. It's just absolute nonsense, but we know what he's trying to convey. So Charlie Kirk wrote, he said trying, or is
he's trying. We know he's a college dropout, and he even admitted that he's not that smart.
Right. And I'm glad you said that, because there's many of them who are part of that sector are college dropouts.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've talked about, or maybe even you talked about, one that graduated. I can't think of one.
Your man graduated.
Who? Oh, yeah. Barely. But we ran down his resume. he admitted himself he was a dumb jock. Mm-hmm. He said that his brother had all the brains and he was the brawn.
Right.
So yeah, there you go. But yeah, this is the post right here, and we're gonna go through it. What Charlie Kirk had to say. He said, for years, progressives have chirped happily about the quote unquote browning of America. Soon, much sooner than most people realize, America will be a so-called minority majority country, which really means it will just be a no majority country. So, Kid Gravity, reading just off of that line alone, what conclusion did you draw from that?
One, can't stop thinking about black folks. That's one.
Yep.
Number two, he actually agreed with what Joe Biden said after he got certified. He met with the civil rights leaders.
Yeah, that's exact. That was the one thing that came to my mind when you said that. I immediately thought of that leaked conversation that Joe Biden had with them leaders back in 2020. Was it 2020?
Yeah, 2020 in December. And three, they're really upset that they're about to lose their status in this country.
And also
they're actually have to compete for once.
And also, exactly, it also reminds me again of, I keep going back to this, that Nat Geo cover that came out back in 2008, where they said, this is what the typical American will look like by like 2050. And it had a picture of the light-skinned female with the hazel eyes and like the bronzy blonde hair. So, yeah, like you said, they're scared of what's to come. And it was actually a stat that went out, or some kind of poll, or I forgot what it was, that went out for the state of Texas. I think it came out back in 2018, and it said by like 2021 that Texas was going to be damn near majority Mexican. And I guarantee, I don't know what crystal ball someone lit up, but they were right. They were spot on, because it pretty much happened. Even with all the quote unquote transplants that's moving there, it still didn't eclipse it. Like, they literally are climbing up in population demographic wise in the state of Texas, which doesn't surprise me because it's right there on the border. So I thought that was very interesting as well.
And they're not messing with them.
And it goes on to say, the next one says, when that happens, will whites be extended all the quote unquote same civil rights, protections, privileges, and affirmative action advantages that black and brown Americans now receive?
Huh?
Exactly.
Huh?
Exactly. I want the people to understand this is what Charlie Kirk is saying out loud on social media.
Didn't your white cousin Aunt Coulter tell you who civil rights were for? Didn't Martin Luther King tell us who civil rights were for? What civil rights?
His ancestors were anti-civil rights.
He's a Democrat. Charlie Kirk is a Democrat. Come on.
What did I tell y'all? Two wings of the same buzzard. I keep telling people they're not that much different from each other. And I'm trying to figure out what affirmative actions did we get? You had some black people that got it, but it wasn't a huge collective, unlike people like Charlie Kirk or those in the Asian American community. They got all the affirmative action.
You better go talk to your white women. See if they'll take it out of their purse.
And I don't know why he's talking about affirmative action, and it's no longer there. Like, they got rid of it over the summer.
Remember what happened when they dropped it?
Yeah.
Myself, and everybody knew black media told them it's not the flex you think it is.
Exactly. And you know what's so crazy? When they dropped it, my immediate thought was, they're happy and they're throwing parades right now because, they feel like they got to win. And I said, but I guarantee maybe a year from now, they're going to feel it. It wasn't even a whole month and they were starting to complain about it. I was shocked. The only thing that shocked me was how fast that turnaround happened. I didn't expect it to be that swift.
No, I expected it.
Like I said, I expected it, but I didn't expect for it to happen literally within the same month. Like, that was crazy. June was an interesting month. A lot of stuff happened in June.
Because everybody was still home. It was summer vacation. People actually had time to sit down and think about it. If this happened during the school year, it wouldn't have hit anybody until the summer. True. Good point.
But I'm trying to figure out again, like he's saying, will whites be extended the same civil rights and protections and privileges? Civil rights was supposed to be for us, but again, it got extended to everyone else, including white people such as yourself, Charlie Kirk. Mm-hmm. If you didn't know what to do with that, then I don't know what to tell you. You know what they like to, you know what this is? This is the same thing they like to try to throw on to us. This is victimhood. You know how they always like to tell black people stop being a victim? What is Charlie Kirk doing right now? Everything that they tell us not to do and not to be, they are and they be. Complete hypocrites.
Well, do you really want to say he's hypocrites, or are they just out here complaining? You know, the ones that keep telling us we're not supposed to be we're not supposed to be victims.
Yeah, whining, complaining, all of that. And of course, you know, the obvious, and I didn't point it out until now, he had to do the black and brown thing. I keep telling y'all, that black and brown thing gets peddled by more people like a Charlie Kirk than any of us. You don't find, unless they're one of those intersectionalist people, then you'll get it. Then you'll get it from them. But outside of that, it's people like Charlie Kirk that will peddle that black and brown thing. But keep in mind, Charlie Kirk is trying to do the whole PC and Asian alliance thing.
That's not going to work, though.
It's definitely not. It's really not. And they probably don't realize it now. Maybe they do, but they're trying to deny it. But it's going to hit them hard. And I can't wait for it. I can't wait for it to happen. Like you said, next year is the election. It's going to be a lot of sad faces. A lot of wake up calls too. And like you said, it's going to be a lot of content. The third line reads, I think we all know the answer. Suddenly, quote unquote, academics will have the epiphany that the white minority is negatively impacting, quote unquote, democracy. Instead, it will be very important that America respect the will of the majority without any restrictions imposed by the Constitution or Bill of Rights.
I ask again, huh?
It's a lot of WTF moments in this post. A lot of
Let me take this one. Okay. You said suddenly academics will have the epiphany that the white minority is negatively impacting democracy. Charlie, hi. K Gravity, we haven't been introduced. Sir, what happened when the white minority went to DC 2 years ago? What happened? Hey, Charlie, since y'all love to run around and say black people doing all the mass shooting in Chicago and all this, what happened when the white minority of that group, what happens when they go outside and do what they do? What happens?
Let's keep what happened in mind, what just happened in Maine just a few days ago.
Yeah, I was actually arguing with people on X over this because they keep bringing up per capita.
They love
and I had to tell them about themselves. Yeah, Charlie, the white minority is just as dangerous as the white majority. I don't care who don't like what I just said. The white minority is supposed to be the group that doesn't stand for this crap, but they go along with it. Again, white conservatives and white liberals are the same. Just change the issue. Then your next line was, instead, it will be very important that America respect the will of the majority without any restrictions imposed by the Constitution or Bill of Rights. Great. You want America to respect the will of the majority? So when you guys become the minority, we shouldn't respect what you say. This is what you're saying. You're basically trying to galvanize white people who are about to become the minority to have majority power. That ain't going to work. We've seen how Congress works.
Exactly.
It don't work.
Exactly.
Doesn't work. Because Congress as a minority are sending away all your money overseas. And y'all are on there bitching about the border every other 2 days. Y'all don't know what to do with majority power. You think that they're going to give you majority power? But again, this is Charlie Cuck. He's just upset. We know, I'm going to say it again, and she get mad at me all she want. I don't care. The reason why he's going off on this tangent is because Candace Owens did not let him sniff the draws. He tried to play GTD and it did not work.
And if you're a black person asking what GTD stand for, you might get your black card revoked. All right. So the last line says, let me see if there's any more. Okay. This is the last line says, because ultimately nothing the left did was guided by a desire for fairness. It's driven by animus. And we all know who the target of that animus is. America's kulak class of white middle class American Christians. They love to bring in that religion.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's their crutch. God had it in his book about doing crime and accountability and all these other buzzwords they like to use. Guess what? Y'all don't read the rest of the Bible. He's the one that passes ultimate judgment, not you.
Mm-hmm. But most of them, a lot of them see themselves as God. So,
well, God was fallible too. God created evil, but y'all not ready for that conversation. So I'm not gonna go there with it.
Yeah, but all in all, like this whole, I mean, how would you summarize this entire tweet, this entire post?
He ate too much glue before he did it.
I
but
think
this
he
is
might
par
have
for the
had.
course for the white conservative.
I think he had one too many mayo and tomato sandwiches.
You mean Elmer's glue and tomato? Yeah, the BET sandwich.
Before
Bacon,
he
Elmer's, and tomato.
Before he made this entire post. But like you said, they love to say that black people are engaging in victimhood, but that's exactly what he's doing right now. It's like it's almost like he's trying to rally people together to do something. You know, they do, you know, him, Matt Walsh, and those are their ilk. They literally post the same kind of stuff every single day. They just remix it to try to throw people off. But I'm like, if you read between the lines, it's the same exact thing. The same exact thing. And like I said, people was clowning him. Of course, you had some people who were his supporters and whatnot agreeing with what he said. They're just as dumb as he is. But, you know, it is what it is. But there's one thing one post that I wanted to show you, and I wasn't sure if you saw it or not, that completely contradicts what Charlie Kirk said. And it was actually posted by Ben Shapiro back in 2017. Check this out. Ben Shapiro said on June 16, 2017, and by the way, I don't give a good damn about the so-called browning of America. Color doesn't matter. Ideology does. That was back in 2017. About one of his
when he was doing the college tours.
Hell if I know. I don't know if I was following, like, well, I don't follow him now,
yeah,
but I don't know if I was really aware.
He was Young America's Foundation. He was in there doing them college tours. And he was around Colonel Allen West and the rest of them bootlegs. Sir, you obviously do care about the browning of America because we saw what happened 3 years later.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Ben, I already exposed you. You said nothing about Tony Timpa, but you had a lot to say about George Floyd.
As they all did.
Uh-huh.
They still on that kick about him not dying from the knee on the neck and that it was from the fentanyl overdose.
Ben Shapiro, I seem to also, I'm not going to, you know what? I ain't even going to do that. But I know you ain't say nothing about Sandra Bland. I know you didn't say nothing.
And that was 2 years prior to when he made this post.
Every time a black person get killed by the police, he got something to say. But now he talk about he don't care about the browning of America. Color doesn't matter. Ideology does.
That is a whole lie. If you listen to all the rhetoric that Ben Shapiro has, all the jargon that he spews, he definitely cares. They all do. These are the same. I'm like, how is the group of people that implemented the racial caste system, if you want to call it that, now all of a sudden don't care? You care.
Lying.
Because if it was to go away today, there goes Dub S along with it. And we know y'all gonna hang on to y'all, and we know y'all gonna hang on to that, even if it's on by a thread.
And you know there goes the money. Cause what else you gonna talk about?
Yeah, anything that's attached to whiteness, if that was to just go away, what would you have left? They are full of it. Now, Kid Gravity, you said that you had something that you wanted to show me, but I told you I wanted to wait until today to actually see it because I wanted to be kind of like not so much caught off guard by it, but it was something that Charlie Kirk, I guess, wrote in response to the post that we just went over.
Yeah. Now, what date was that post?
The one from Charlie Kirk?
Mm-hmm.
That was made October 29th.
Interesting. So he might not have glue that day yet because he wrote this the next day. Tabernacle.
Let's see what he got going on here.
Now, this is in response. Sorry, this is in response for context to what's going on with this Israel Hamas thing. And, you know, the students saying that you should allow us to side for whoever we want to side with. And you know how we were like, listen, we don't care. We stand with Black America. We don't care. But you should be able to protest for everyone. Let that be your problem. And, you know, everybody's like, hey, we heard all these students were losing their job opportunities and people were getting doxxed. This is the conservatives, the ones who got upset that people who got arrested on 1-6, they were having their whole lives put out on Front Street. You were cool with a person, you probably still are cool with them, who was doxing people when she was a Democrat. But now, because people are not going for the side that you are, and you're talking about authoritarianism from the left, now you're saying this? Please read that for them.
If you hate America, you should be sent home to your country of origin and kicked out of college. Bye. The irony of that part about being kicked out of college. The irony with that part right there.
You're home to your country of origin. Sir, Charlie Kirk, how many times have you said you don't like the left? The left is part of America. Now, we're not shilling for no liberals over here. We just trying to tell you a story. You hate liberals. Yes, you do. You said this. Should they be sent back home to their country of origin? That's great. They're part of the fabric of America. So technically, by logic, you hate America.
That's why they don't think before they post.
They're dumb.
Or speak.
Would you like
this is why you be saying the white boom, the white vote will doom us all.
Well, they will doom us all. Because like I said before, you pick any issue, a white liberal will become a white conservative and vice versa.
If the money is right, of course.
Bullshit. You don't even need the money. You just need the right issue. Like if Biden came out today and said, I got a brand new crime bill coming, and if y'all get me back in, I will institute it the first day. Guarantee you, all them white conservatives, white liberals will start clicking each other's hands together and doing the tango, because you get to oppress black people some more.
I'm still stuck on the part where he said kicked out of college. Like, that's the funny part. And for those of y'all out there who didn't know that Charlie Kirk was kicked out of college, let me help you out with that.
Yes.
So here we are. All I had to do was go to Google and type in Charlie Kirk dropout. And what does it say right here? Kirk briefly attended Harper College, a junior community college near Chicago, but dropped out without having completed any degree or certificate. What makes this work worse is that this guy dropped out of a junior community college, a 2-year program, not a 4-year program, but a 2-year. He couldn't even cut it for 2 years. But like I said, this is a common theme for them. You'll find a lot of these individuals who speak like Charlie Kirk never finished their formal education.
Like old girl.
Oh yeah, I think Matt Walsh is another one. But they got the nerve to sit online and say the stuff that they say. Imagine if this was back in the day where you needed a degree to have a good career. Most of the people that's saying stuff like this right now will be out on their ass. They better be glad social media is a thing, because without it, they would have nothing. Some of them have nothing with it. Mm-hmm. All they have is their echo chambers and their talking points.
And now, haven't you noticed something, Taurean, that a lot of their echo chambers are starting to open the door? They don't even want to hear from these people anymore.
Good.
It's a beautiful thing.
Mm-hmm. And like you said, in a little over a year, that's crazy. It's almost a year. It'll be a year. It'll be a year on Saturday. In about a year, like I said, the wake up calls are going to flood in.
Did you know? I might as well hit you with this. Did you know one of them? They already pushed them off the board.
Hold on, let me share that right quick.
Oh, your girl.
Who is this?
I bet you didn't see this. Now, did you?
No, I didn't see this. What's going on here?
Hold on. You gotta share. Wait, I gotta share this. Somebody found out that the paycheck ain't forever.
Oh, at first when I had it on the screen, I thought that was who he was talking about.
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. Oh God, Prager, you. But please tell me it's about who I think it is.
Who is it? Say the name.
Are you talking about Amala Ekpunobi?
She is leaving Prager U.
Hopefully not on good terms.
No, it's always good terms because she's always leave on good terms. But actually, you and I should hook up because one of them coons is getting he getting torched online right now. I don't know if you saw it. Mm. But yeah, let's hear a little bit.
Which is very, very bittersweet for me because I love spending time with Amala, and I'm sure we will, but not as much as when you're here in the office.
Her name is Amala.
And we've been really proud of the work that we've been doing together, whether it's your show or documentaries and a whole bunch of other things that you do around here. And so it's hard. It's hard to let you go. But also I'm incredibly proud of you because we believe in building entrepreneurs, and we believe that when people can soar on their own and build their own businesses and start their own ventures, and frankly, when you don't need us anymore, then it's our role to support you in doing that. And so I want to congratulate you on being bold and taking the risk of starting a business and of going on your own. For those of you who are watching this, you know how hard it is. You know how much courage it takes. But we're here to support you, and we know that you're going to be very successful, and we're very proud of the work that we've done with you. And so I just want to give you a hug and tell you I'm proud of you. And, nobody fully leaves Prager U ever.
Thank you for saying the part out loud. Nobody ever leaves.
Prager U completely.
He leaves. Okay. Sure.
Hold on. When was this dated?
September
8th. Oh, so this was well over a month ago.
And nobody cared.
Right, because I'm thinking that what you were presenting to me came out maybe in the last week or so. I didn't know it was almost 2 months ago.
Yeah, I was planning to do a video on this. I was trying to figure out how to attack it, but I was just basically going to say she announced that she was leaving, and the internet didn't even say nothing.
That's because nobody cares. A lot of people don't even know who this chick is. You know what's so crazy? The Blacarian video that I did on her was probably before the one that I did on Stacey. Before the one I did on Stacey Abrams was probably the most watched one. I think that when I did mine on her, it tapped out at around 14K plus. But then when I did the one on Stacey Abrams, mainly because it was right around the time of the election and her losing, of course, the momentum was there to push it. And I think that one reached over 20K. But before then, hers was the most watched one. And that's how my audience got exposed to who she was, because many people either didn't know who she was or they've seen her face, but they didn't know her name.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I remember one time, like about a month or two ago, I got a notification that someone had left a comment on that video. Mind you, that video was well over a year old. By now, at this point, if I go to the comment section and I refresh the page and I look at the new comments, it's mainly people who are standing for her. So it's a lot of trolls there, but they don't flood it. They'll come every so often to leave whatever thing they want to leave about it. But I don't care, because that's a video that I don't even leave comments or heart under anymore. It's just there for anyone who wants to watch it if they didn't watch it, or if they want to watch it again. Is this her farewell message?
Yeah, she's gonna say this was like I guess they recorded it the same day. She just changed outfits. But yeah. Do you care?
I really don't, but I mean, I think it's very interesting because, like I said, I'm thinking that she's gone, okay, whatever. But then I didn't. What made it interesting was finding out that she, her last day was in the first week of September, and here we are on the last day of October, and I'm just finding this out. When did you find? Did you just find this out, or did you already know?
I found out about it last week.
So see, there you go.
And I was like, okay,
yeah, like it's the thing of okay, we don't care. It is what it is.
But this just
I just want
why we don't care.
I think the only thing I would want to know is, was it on good or bad terms, and if whether or not it was good or bad terms, why? Because she, like they said, she's been a part of Prager U for so long. That's how she pretty much built up her platform after she decided to activate her grift card, her grift ship, I should say.
Oh yeah. But let's see. I almost turned it off because I saw what was in the
that picture of Thomas. That was one of the things I noticed too when I was talking about her.
You're going to be in my house chilling with me, talking about, all the new trending topics and news stories that have popped up today. And Taylor's going to be there as well.
I'm just watching the emotional roller coaster in the chat, because before you said you're continuing the show and everything, there was a lot of like, no, OMG, what are we going to do? The sky's falling. And now there's like a lot of sighs of relief. So anyways, we appreciate you guys being here, supporting the show. And yeah, don't worry, we will still be here come Monday, but just with a little bit of new look, new stuff.
Yeah. And like, drop your suggestions in the chat because.
Okay. So basically she's moving her show to her house.
Oh.
And it's not going to be affiliated with Prager U.
So she's basically just going separate from it. She's going more independent.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I don't care.
So basically what that means is now she's going to have to sign her own check because Prager U ain't paying her no more.
Man.
Basically, that's what I'm gathering.
Man, you said it. So where is she going to? So exactly. Well, she got that YouTube money.
Yeah.
She got that YouTube money.
Mm-hmm. But it makes me wonder, in essence, and it's not me pocket watching, does it compare to that Prager U money she was getting?
And you know what's going to happen if you say the wrong thing that YouTube don't like.
Right. Yep. Yeah, because I remember when you had said it, I had to go and make an adjustment.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, hey, welcome, man. You think this is easy?
You know what's so interesting too, because remember Rolly, he was on Cloud9 over there on CNN for a few years, and he made that comment about that Super Bowl commercial ad with David Beckham, and they got him up out of there. Then TV1 took pity on him and said, you know what, I think we could build a new show around him because he has a lot of viewers and whatnot. They gave him a show for a couple of years, and then they got him up out of there after like 4 or 5 years, and now he's relegated to the same platform that he tried to talk down on us about. Isn't that just amazing how karma just comes full circle of one, like 360 degrees?
Mm-hmm.
But this was interesting though, because it's like we started off with talking about Charlie Kirk, and I didn't know we was going to end it off talking about
the same realm.
her.
So might as
well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Might as well. But yeah, hey, you know what? Hey, I ain't hating. Do your thing, young lady. Hopefully you can. I mean, you might have another year.
Yep, because you know what's coming next year, 2024. And I always believe, and
happen.
I always believe, and I always tell people, I always believe in your hunches, especially when it comes to the politics, because you're usually right about a lot of these things. So we are definitely going to hang on to that.
Oh,
and
yes.
Keep hope alive.
Yeah, but for them, another Martin reference, they're gonna try to keep the lie alive.
Yeah, definitely, for sure.
But the lie is only gonna last a year.
Yes, so y'all better enjoy this year, because once November the 4th, 2023 comes, the clock is the clock been ticking, but now it's ticking a little bit louder. You can hear it a little bit. I don't know if Kid Gravity, I don't know if you watch Stranger Things or not, but a clock played a huge part in season 4. And that clock, if you saw and heard that clock, that meant Vecna was coming. Vecna is coming. For those of y'all who watch Stranger Things season 4, y'all know exactly who Vecna is.
I don't watch it, so I'm gonna take your word for it.
I'm just putting it out there. For those of y'all in my chat who watch Stranger Things, especially the most recent season, y'all know who Vecna is, and Vecna was no joke. So, with that being said, that's going to bring this to a close. Kid Gravity, do you have anything else you would like to add before we head out?
Yeah, Charlie Kirk. We know he's lost in the sauce. We get that. Don't take him serious, folks. But do use him as cautionary tales of how social media can influence the wrong people. Because these fools they're just wow. It's wow. That's all we're gonna say. They're just wow.
Exactly. Well, like I said, this was very interesting. I wasn't expecting the last part. Now I'm gonna have to slightly adjust the title. That's gonna be very easy to slip that part in there because, well, like I said, I don't care for either one of them clowns. Charlie and Amala, all of them over there, all of them who are not attached to them are a bunch of clowns in a big 3-ring circus. I don't know who the ringmaster is, but at that point they could pretty much fight over that title. It doesn't faze me none. But this was good. This was interesting. Shout out to Kid Gravity again for coming on and, helping me talk about these fools. Listen, we're going to have a lot of content for the next year talking about them. I'm being completely honest.
Since this is Halloween, I did say after the 1st of November, I am not talking about these fools unless they get their wake up call. I'm not doing it. I need my stress levels to go down. There's other shit we can talk about.
Yeah, you're right about that. You are right about that. Because I'm gonna be quite honest with you. The only times I really do talk about them at length is when it's with you or Rob, or whenever I'm doing a triple P, like the one I'm gonna be doing on Larry Elder. Of course, by that time this gets uploaded, y'all would already seen what I had to say about that.
And it was hilarious.
Yes. But with that being said, we are about to head out. Again, shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to anyone who's newly subscribed to the channel. Hit the bell twice to be notified. Shout out to the patrons on Patreon, the members, my subscribers, all the people in the Discord, people who follow me on my various social media platforms. Shout out to you. Be safe and be one.